Okay, well, where things sit right now is, that's a nice little picture there. Where things sit now is this. I just got the phone with a man named Jonathan Elenoff. I have not heard about him before today. I can't speak for him or defend him on anything else, but I have heard from him after I got referred from Tom Martino, because I've been on their show twice. He told me himself that he is one of the top investigator type people around, I guess, going on. So I know we all like to think we're the best, but he may very well be pretty good. So I'll have to look into him. I know 8 long and weary weeks have gone by working with a reporter. I thought we were going to be dealing with the story like a second week. You know, he asked me to hold off for a week or two on even going to file against the landlords of this contaminated home we were in. And it's been like 8 weeks now, and the people need to know, and I got to find a better way. I just found out from my reporter I was going to be doing an interview with. I said, look, I need verification through email that you're doing this interview with me, because the time has passed that we were supposed to schedule it. I told him in the beginning I wanted to be a team, because we need to share things, because this is my investigation I've started. I've handed him the information. He came over to my house the other day, got some secret information. I hope he's still, I feel like I'll benefit the doubt. He's on the side of advocacy for the community, but I need to move forward. And this man, Jonathan, is going to be meeting with me in 1 day. That's pretty damn fast for an interview compared to 8 weeks. And also, I just found out that my other reporter, that I've been mainly working with, I asked him straight out. I said, look, tell me we are going to talk about the state regulator fraud in this story. He said, that'll be another story. Well, no. There's already been stories done on the possibility that you can move into a fraudulently decontaminated home, and all that responsibility goes to the owner of the home. How you could be frauded into living in a home. No. This needs to come out with the aspect of this. My situation in particular. You've got different situations. You've got an owner that is or is not fraudulently involved. Okay. Let's say you have a fraudulent or non-fraudulent owner. Then a property manager might be involved, fraudulent or not. Then you got the industrial hygienists that come in and do the first test of this home. After a home's been busted and posted, only trained professionals can come in. You have to have that first industrial hygienist come in and do a test. Tell you how bad it is. Does it need to be demolished? Does it need to be just washed down and cleaned? How bad is it really? Then you got the cleaner come in and do all this work, the mitigator. Then you got a final industrial hygienist. It could be the same one or not. Test a home, make sure you can paint it and decorate it up and move somebody in, sell it, rent it, whatever. You send that passing test to the industrial hygienist, sends it to the city. City gives that owner a decision statement. Okay, once that happens, they do not have to tell a renter or an owner, possible owner of the home wanting to buy it, of the history of the METH. They make you sign a lead to sell it. They make you sign asbestos to sell it, but not the METH, if that happened. What I just said. Now, I'm a very tired woman. Okay. Most of the time, what will happen is, if within 3 years people get sick, they do a test, the home's still contaminated, maybe the people didn't do it right, the final testers really have to cover the fact that anybody else did any negligent work, because they have to keep testing until it's right. So really it comes down to that final tester doing his job right for sure. Because then the owner just gets the decision statement. Whether the owner knows of any fraud or not is doesn't matter. When if you have 3 years to find out what's making you sick, to find out it's still contaminated, to sue that owner. Now the owner could go and sue all the other people because they didn't do their job right, but that's going to be happening And what else is going to be happening is then this. You got a bust, they post the home, hazardous, don't want any untrained people in the house. And the owner just takes all the stuff off the house, acts like everything's fine, moves people in or sells the home, do-do-do. And unless that person finds out from a neighbor or they're sick enough and someone happens to mention these are signs of meth contamination, which probably be pretty rare, they got 3 years to sue that owner. Do. My case is different. What makes my case different? I didn't take, yes, this home that you found was a meth lab is clean all the way from the bottom up. Property, the owner, property manager, there was the first tester, the mitigator, the second tester, the city guy, city man, Gene Hook at the Department of Environmental Health in Denver told me the numbers, oh, it's clean, oh, it's fun, I'd move my family in there, blah, blah, blah. I didn't take yes for an answer. I did some investigating, and I could practically decontaminate a house myself right now. That decontamination involves definitely a wiping of materials, everything. My kitchen wasn't touched with a finger. That's enough. I mean, I can go into, we're going to do a separate video here on signs your home was a meth lab, a separate video. But that alone is enough to go, you know, something's wrong here. The whole time I was there until I proved total, like, we need to get out. I had it tested by a fabulous man. The best eyewitness I could ask for. I never had anything down in my bottom of my cabinets because I was so freaked out. I had my baskets of stuff. And we had our plastic containers with our cereals or whatever. We always do that. But, I mean, I didn't take yes for an answer. Thank God I am thorough. My husband tells me all the time, I'm glad you're as thorough as you are. Well, you have to be thorough. I'll have to make another video about this, but I diagnosed myself with whooping cough when my first child was 2 months old. The doctor told me I was crazy. You got to be your own doctor. I made him give me the medication and come to find out I was. I didn't take yes for an answer on this either. You have to be your own lawyer. You have to be your own doctor. You have to be your own investigator, basically. So I called state regulator, who calls herself an environmental protection specialist. Look it up. That is a huge list of crap that you have to know, you have to be responsible for, you have to do this. Very long list. She's also got the title of working with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, the state hazmat division, the regulatory team. There's 6 units. One of them's corrective actions. It speaks for itself. She's the project manager in the 6 people unit. There's about 6 people that make up that unit of corrective actions. And she is the one who brought it up when I called her about personally visiting my home. I told her I was fearing encapsulation. I was told the carpet was new upstairs. The upstairs carpet was not new. Encapsulation is when they paint over it without cleaning it right. She brought up personal visits to my home about 3 to 4 weeks later, after I had requested her to get the police report so I could see it. She not only brought it with her, but she set it up for Quest, the final industrial hygienist, to come back to the home. The mitigators, Paul Davis. There's a lot of different Paul Davis restorations, but Curt is the one with them. And the property manager, Paul and Sarah Manamata, who are the uncle and aunt for the owner, LIspin, Kuruvilla, aka Markose. Now, everybody but the owner was there, and the first industrial hygienist, who was Gobble Hayes, who my forensic man expert told me they didn't have the correct preliminary assessment, and that's kind of scary because this is a national company, and I don't know exactly how big, but it looks like they're pretty big. I don't know how many different divisions are doing the wrong job, but apparently they've been alleged to be doing the wrong PA on my home. So, because all the elements of the preliminary assessment weren't there. Preliminary assessment is that first test that's done on the home. Anyway, so the property manager, Paul, the Curt from Paul Davis Restoration, Bob Woellner from Quest, who did the final test on the home, and Colleen Brisnehan, the state regulator, all at my house for hours during the last couple weeks we were there. They were at my home for hours. I took 23 good minutes of videotape secretly on my property, on the driveway, in the backyard. Colleen did know I was doing that, and I think at some point Bob knew I was doing that too, but Paul didn't know I was doing it, and I don't think Curt did either. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's in my driveway. It's in my backyard. I can do what I want to. And they're very good and very incriminating. Where was I going? So they did 17. It was verified in my home for the first couple hours that the cleaning was just a botched job. The 5-inch square test that's marked on a wall, for example, in the garage, say, it was a hot spot that Bob had done, and the cleaning effort, that's representative of the whole area there. The cleaning mitigation effort was in fact just taking that piece off and revealing that white drywall underneath. And then it was clean. Somehow I made it clean. No, it was acknowledged at my house over and over again that it was not done right. You cannot just clean hot spots, leave it at that. No wiping of the ceiling, the kitchen, nothing. Colleen told me herself that she, and I can't prove this because it was on a phone call, but this part I can't prove, but she said to me that she suspected what Curt did was use this spray-on stuff that you leave on, and you're not supposed to do anything and leave it on. This stuff has to be wiped. It's water neutralized, but you have to wipe it off and get it off. But that's what she suspected because of this sheen of, like you could see this shiny material that looked like it was sort of drippage that was kind of underneath the paint throughout the house. You could kind of see it when the light hit right. But anyway, lots of fraud going on, and it looks like John Ellenoff is going to be getting with me tomorrow. I got to get a lot of evidence together in a folder just for him. He's getting me a couple things as well from my past 2 shows on there, and it's not looking like it's going to take 8 weeks to get this out. And Mama might find an actual good lawyer who can handle this huge of a case, because this is big. Because if your mother and your sister and your brother and yourself and your children can move into a home, rented or bought, without anyone telling them that it was a meth lab and the history on it, just because it was merely deemed contaminated. And I say merely because they merely do nothing to they don't do anything to verify. Not every city. I'm starting to wonder if Tri-County, I think they filled in a couple holes that way, but Denver they don't merely do anything. They don't read the report. They don't merely do anything. All they do is look at the signatures on the bottom of that report that you verified, like Bob Woellner or a 9-year-old. Either one could walk in and sign that, and it says, I verify, I feel I've got the credentials to do this job. Okay, they file it away in a little hole. So that fake, fraudulent, neglectful, state regulator approved amendment to the other horrible Bob Woellner from Quest report that was given just before I actually even moved here, is sitting right next to my highly qualified cop, part author of the state statutes on how to decontaminate homes, cop trainer, forensic industrial hygienist report of mine is sitting right next to that one in the same hole. Boom. Doing no good. What good was it to have a 62-page full forensic report stating every 60 or so citation or statutes that the Bob Woellner broke, which means if Colleen Brisnehan personally handled the samples with him, she broke every one as well. What good does it do to have it in there? Stating what they did wrong. Stating you should get them for criminal impersonation of an industrial hygienist. Get Bob for that. What good is that second report going to do if no one's even going to bother reading it? And no one's going to retract the decision statement given to that home? I just don't understand. Someone could go rent that home I was in right now. Who's going to stop them? Tell me who's going to stop them. No one. That's the answer. That is the bottom line answer. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am here, and I am the Mile High Advocate, and I am going to see to it that it's stopped.